Heyo! Thank you for joining me today. Welcome back. Or hello if you're brand new to the channel. What a video to join me for. Ha! So, the news dropped, and then OnlyFans confirmed it, and now everybody is panicking. OnlyFans is getting rid of sexually explicit content on its platform officially by the 1st of December. There are two deadlines. The platform will stop allowing sexually explicit content to be posted on the 1st of October, and all sexually explicit content that exists on the platform must be deleted and removed by the 1st of December. So, this has very obviously sent the sex worker community into a panic, myself included. There have been a lot of jokes about the fact that OnlyFans is shooting itself in the foot. There's been a lot of pointing fingers, saying it's the banking companies, saying it's only on OnlyFans. And honestly, I can talk about both of those things all day, but for this video I figured it would be more practical to focus on what this news actually is and what it means moving forward. So today we're going to look at the updated acceptable use policy that OnlyFans sent to its creators last night. I'm going to focus specifically on the parts that affect adult content creators like myself, and we'll sort of throw in tidbits from other sections. I will leave a link down below for you to go and read over these policies yourself, so you don't have to just take my word on it. And then after that we can talk a little bit about other platforms and what this means for the online sex worker community moving forward. So let's dive right in. Okay, so the first point in the acceptable use policy that I want to draw your attention to is number 5, more specifically section B, but there is also a part in section A that you need to look at. So part 5 says, do not upload, post, display or publish content on OnlyFans that shows, includes or refers to. That's the important part. You can't even refer to anyone under 18, which is fine. You'll get from this that the panic is around underage material, and that's bad and we don't want that, but there are other ways to deal with it. Anyway, any other individual, unless you have written documentation which confirms that all individuals shown or included or referred to in your content are at least 18 years old and you have written consent from each individual to use their name or images or both in the content. What my partner and I immediately sort of clicked onto on this was, if you're a parent, you can't talk about your kids. Not that you necessarily would, but you're not allowed to anymore. If you have younger siblings, you can't mention them. Like, it's a little bit, but whatever. Section B of this, which is the more sort of the bit that you want to pay more attention to if you're an adult content creator, says do not upload, post, display or publish content on OnlyFans that shows, promotes, advertises or refers to sexually explicit conduct, which means actual or simulated sexual intercourse, including genital, oral genital, anal, between persons of any sex. I mean, it's nice that they're being inclusive, I guess. Actual or simulated masturbation, any exhibition of the anus or genitals on any person which is extreme or offensive. So they're leaving room for nude, like art nude, as far as I can tell. But we'll see. Actual or simulated material depicting bodily fluids commonly secreted during sexual conduct, which whatever. Then section C covers a lot of like proper ones that you're like, yeah, we don't want drugs or weapons or whatever, self-harm, etc. The one that pops up on all of the sites is no actual or simulated violence, rape, lack of consent, hypnosis, intoxication, sexual assault, torture, hardcore bondage, fisting or genital mutilation. And now, most of those you're like, yeah, no, you wouldn't want that anyway. But kink and fetish content can fall under some of those, and people have a right to consume media that they want to consume, so I still have a bit of an issue with that. Like, I agree it's a very difficult topic to like moderate, but that's a topic for another video. Let me see if there's anything else on that section. Not everything else was there before. Well, the other one is, of course, no talking about escort services, sex trafficking, or prostitution, which has been in there for forever, so that's not exactly abnormal. One I did like, out of all of this, is that they have now covered deep fakes. So content that contains fake or manipulated content in relation to another user or anyone else, including deep fakes, is not allowed. So it's nice that they've covered that. So let me jump down to the next bit. So yeah, in the acceptable use policy number 6, it says all existing content that shows, promotes, advertises, or refers to sexually explicit conduct, which we've defined above, must be removed before December 1st, 2021, or by any other date which we communicate to users. So they've said 1st of December just now, but they could make that sooner. They could send me a message tonight saying that if I haven't removed all of my content that like breaks the new rules, by tomorrow they're going to delete my account. And I wouldn't really be able to do much to stop them. So yeah. There was another one that I thought was worth highlighting to people, and it is number 15, which says, do not use other media or methods, for example use of code words or signals, to communicate anything which violates this policy. So if you're an adult content creator, or if you've been in adult content creator spheres, you will know, or to be honest, if you've been on the internet, you will know that people use certain little tricks to get around censorship and to get around auto filters. So for example, if porn is a banned word on a website, you replace the O with a 0. Ta-da! So they are now specifically calling that out, and therefore if you get caught doing it, they'll be like, no, that's breaking the rules. And well, breaches of this policy may lead to your account being suspended or terminated and access to your earnings being revoked, as set out in the terms of service. So if you break any of these rules from October 1st, you could have your account suspended or deleted and lose all of your money. Isn't that fun? Isn't the moral panic and war against sex work fun? Don't we just love that? Oh, so those are the big ones that I've picked out whilst reading it. The acceptable use policy is only 21 points long. It's not very complicated. The wording is one of the easiest that I've ever had to read through for terms and conditions and yada yada yada. So I do recommend checking it out if you are an adult content creator or if you are going to try and continue to use OnlyFans after the purge. Yes, I'm going to call it a purge, that's what it is. They are purging OnlyFans of sex workers, and if they say it's anything other than that, they're lying. It's Tumblr all over again. Anyway, so that covers the acceptable use policy and that side of things. So let's talk about what happens after OnlyFans, because of course it's not that straightforward, but let's sort of talk through how it's gonna go. First of all, the entire sex worker community is in a panic. We're all sharing information, checking out new websites, joining new websites to the point where that website crashes, panicking because it's crashed, and rinsing and repeating. A lot of information is getting shared about a lot of different websites. Some information that I wasn't aware of was shared about a website that I had been using, which is called Just for Fans. Due to the information that I have learned, and I've updated this on my blog from yesterday, I will no longer be recommending it as a place to use, but as always, you make your own decisions, and what you choose to do is up to you. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm merely letting you know what I'm doing and how I feel about situations. So, where are we gonna go? Well, there's 1,000,001 other places that exist. OnlyFans is one of many. So, at the moment, there are a couple of places that are quite exciting. They're jumping out. There is Admire Me, which is one of the only sites that I've seen that charges in Great British pounds. So all of myself and my fellow UK based people, that'll be a great site for us because there's no conversion fees there. Everything's in pounds, it should be pretty straightforward. And I've been using the platform for a while, it's nice, I like it, it's fine. This is not going to be a super in-depth breakdown, I'm just going to cover a couple of names. The other one that I think is probably going to be popular, at least for the start, is going to be ManyVids, because they have the ManyVids Crush option, which is like their own little subscription bit within their website. I'll be honest, it's a bit clunky, it's not the most streamlined, but they're working on it, and if it gets more attention, maybe it'll get better. I have a complicated relationship with ManyVids, but anyway, they're doing 100% payout for all of September. So even if you're not planning on making it your main one, probably worth dipping into for September. There is AVN Stars, which is owned by the company AVN, which does the AVN Awards, which if you don't know is like the Oscars of porn. So they're a big name, they're already in porn, they're secure, they're stable, they're not going anywhere, or it's very unlikely, touching anything that could be wooden, that they're going anywhere. I've seen a lot of people talking about Pocket Stars. I see Chaturbate has started a new one called Peach. There's one called Fansly. There's millions of them. Honestly, it's too much information for me to try and put forward in a video, so I'm just giving you little highlights, little pointers. If you are an adult content creator and you want actual proper advice and breakdowns, get in touch or find people in the community that you know and trust and talk to them about it. But if you need help, give me a shout and I'll point you in the right direction. Again, I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's not my jam. Well, it's not my jam in this situation. But what I would say is do your research, because I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of seeing a shiny new platform and going, ooh, let's check that out. And then months down the line I find out something and I'm like, oh, actually, don't really want to be on this platform. And then you have the awkward, like, removal process. It's fun. The advice I would give, if you want to keep it, start downloading your archive from OnlyFans, start getting your content off of OnlyFans, get your subscribers onto a mailing list, get them to follow you on Twitter, Instagram, etc, etc. Make sure that OnlyFans is not the only place that they know where you exist. Make sure that they can find you somewhere else. Have you got a website? Tell them to go to your website. Have you not got a website? Start one. Like, it's going to be a really awkward, a really frustrating and quite difficult transition period, but you can get through it. We can get through it. It sucks that we have to, but we can do it. So, yeah. And this has been quite focused on things for adult content creators. So if you're not an adult content creator, if you are a member of the public, if you're someone that has just stumbled across my video, if you're someone that follows me for all of my safe for work stuff and didn't have a clue that I did any of this, then I feel like you're not paying attention, sweetie. No. But if you're not a sex worker or an adult content creator or whatever your preferred term is, then things you can do to help right now are be patient, try not to spam content creators with 1,000,001 questions, because chances are they don't know what they're doing yet either. Try and find them on Twitter, on Instagram, find them somewhere that isn't OnlyFans. If you don't follow anyone on OnlyFans, if you are just sympathetic, retweet or share posts from them that are talking about new platforms that they're moving to. Start the conversation, like, with someone about how it's awful. Call people out if they make shitty jokes. Like, I know that since the announcement there's been an increase in people receiving really childish and hurtful messages of like application forms for usually fast food like restaurants, and it's like, that just shows that you have a really awful mindset, bud. Like, I got sent a McDonald's one, and I have no problem with the idea of working at McDonald's. Like, if I wanted a vanilla job and wanted to go into like civvy work, I would take a job at McDonald's, that's fine. People that work in McDonald's are people and are working and are human beings that deserve respect. They don't deserve to be the butt of a joke. Like, ever since I was young, that's been a whole thing. Like, we always look down on service workers and like customer service people, and it's like, why? Because they have a job and they're doing it? Like, come on, man. But anyway. Oh god, I could go on so many rants, but no, we're staying focused. This is already quite a long video, and I'm sorry. But I'll end with saying, if you're in a position to financially support any of the sex workers that have been affected by this, please do. Consider signing up to donate to sex worker charities. There are a few of them in the UK, there's tons of them in the US, there's plenty of them throughout Europe. Scotland based, I would say Umbrella Lane, but I am, you know, biased, and they are the only Scottish sex worker charity. So there's Swarm, there's there's so many. There's like, if you want pointers, let me know and I'll tell you. I'll leave some links below as well. And I'm probably gonna have to do another vlog to further explain what's happening. But yeah, it doesn't have to be money. You don't have to give someone money if you don't have money to give. That's fine. No one is expecting you to shell out like whatever. We just want to know that people are sympathetic and empathetic and are hearing what we're going through and are like, caring. We want to know that people care and that we're not just some joke that can be like tossed to the side, and it's like but yeah, try and be a little extra supportive of any of the sex workers in your life just now. Chances are they're going to need it. And I'll stop there because otherwise I will just continue for the rest of the day. So thank you for stopping in and for listening to me talk about this. I know that I've not answered a huge amount in this particular video, so if you have any particular questions, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. But until next time, stay safe and be happy. Bye.